All right. So Ophiuchus, welcome back, guys. All right, so in honor of the fact that we are in eclipse season, so we've already had the lunar eclipse, we're coming up to that solar eclipse, and we've got kind of like this nice little string connecting the sun to the moon. Here's the way I'm going to look at it. Since eclipses can be considered great times for transformation and change, I'm going to say, what is the changing energy where maybe two different opposing but equally as potent and powerful energies can actually find a harmonious meeting space? So that's the way I'm going to look at this. And let's get into the story and see where it takes us. Ophiuchus, thank you guys, by the way, so much for being here. I'm so honored and delighted by what a big group of Ophiuchus watchers I've started to slowly cultivate. I've been doing Ophiuchus for quite some time now, but I've noticed that I have more Ophiuchus watchers. So thank you so much, you guys. It means the world to me. It's the only way I can keep doing this and, have my free channel is with your guys' free support. So thank you so much for giving it a thumbs up, dropping a comment, and sharing the Ophiuchus videos. I really appreciate it. It means so much. And we'll start doing a little bit more Ophiuchus videos. I'll try to make sure that you always get at least 2. And if I can throw in a 3rd bonus, I will do that. So the more watchers I have, the more videos I put out. So we have the 8 of Wands and we have the 9 of Swords. The fact that, okay, we definitely have different energy. Even here, we have different color tones, right? The warm, the sunny, and then we have the twilight. Daylight, twilight. We have what's in view, we have what's kind of hidden. We have somebody who's determined to move forward, and we have someone who's got some fears, and fears tend to prevent people from moving forward. So the energies that might be able to come into balance could be, man, I got to move on from fears, or I got to move on in spite of fears. This could also represent Ophiuchus could be one or the other of these characters. I'm looking at it like a process, though, because we don't have major arcana yet. So, and we don't have court cards. So I don't have a person. I have a process going on, which is the need to move forward, even if there's fear. 4 of Pentacles. So we do see that there has been blocked energy. There has been holding back. Now, holding back isn't necessarily a bad thing if we are, sometimes we got to recharge, right? Our Ophiuchus, if this is their story, and keep in mind it could be another character in Ophiuchus's world that's going through this, but right now I'm going to read it like this is the journey of Ophiuchus. This is the tree of life, and it's huge, and it's got so much potential, and there's so much that Ophiuchus has to look forward to, but they're kind of hanging out right here at the knot in the tree, but they're stuffing it full of their acorns, right? We see this little squirrel who's been hard at work, but they're gaining abundance. So this 4 of Pentacles card is a little bit less of a story of a character who is, like, oh, I'm scared, I don't want to move forward, and more of a character who goes, you know what, it would be very prudent right now to make sure that I have plenty of abundance before I take that next step in my life, because really I'm worried about the road up ahead. Anytime we move forward, we don't know how things are going to work out. We don't know what's going to look like. Who knows? If we're on a road trip, we probably have to have enough money that if I had an unexpected issue with my car, I can at least afford to have a tow truck tow me someplace, and I have enough money to, catch a Greyhound back home. Worst case scenario. Anyone who's ever had their head crack in their car on a long drive far away from home, you know what I'm talking about. I know what I'm talking about too. That was the end of my favorite vehicle, my Jeep. Chief. Oh, love that Jeep. There's a reason that a character holds back, and it's not always for any negative reason. It's maybe because life has taught them to be mindful. If you're going to move forward, things can go wrong because the road up ahead is uncertain. So let's save a little first before we do this. Of light and dark, great to see you, darling. Good to see you. I'm great. I hope you are too, honey. We got 10 of Wands and we got the 6 of Pentacles in the reverse. Okay, so our character is a little bit more concerned about moving forward, even though it's going to be good for them in the long run. They know it's going to be a huge unburdening, but they will lose some kind of stability. So let me just lay it out like this. Let's say this is a story of a character who has lived with a roommate, and the roommate is intolerable. But the idea of moving out, even though it would be great, I don't have to deal with that abominable roommate, I won't have that second source of income to pay the rent every month. So I got to save up extra. I really got to be mindful because it's just going to be me. Now, this could also be a relationship that needs, I got to move on from it. And I know that. But in reality, because pentacles are coming in pretty heavy as major factors, I'm going to say that the logistics of breaking away from something, you know, we all got bills to pay. We got to be thoughtful and mindful about our bank accounts and how are we going to pay for stuff. As much as, you know, a character may want to move on and lessen their stress load, they're like, yeah, but I could also be accruing more stress if my bank account isn't solid enough to be able to support me moving on from this. So I can see both sides of it for sure. So, hey, Ari, thank you. Thank you so much for being here, Ari. We've got the inspiration of pentacles and we got the two of pentacles. A lot of pentacles, and again, no major arcana, all process. So this is just, it's just a journey right now. It's a journey that our character is getting a little bit bogged down on, not on the intention to do this. They know what they're going to do and they know why and they know it's going to be good. But when do I do this? They're not giving like their notice right now. This could be a character leaving a career path and they're saying, but I'm not going to give my 2 weeks notice until I already maybe am really going to be starting working for another company, because what if they go, oh, never mind, you can just go and I have no income for 2 weeks? You know, I don't want to say anything yet because it's got to be the right time. And I really think this kind of makes me sad for this character because they need to do this for themselves. Whatever this moving on is, they really need to do this. And the fact that it would be so like less stressful for them, but the act of getting out of it seems so complicated. That's what makes me feel sad for this character. So let me just ask, let me get some perspective. Why does it seem like it's going to be so complicated? Why are they having to be more of a strategist about how to leave something behind? Okay, so we have the Temperance, we have the King of Swords, we have the Three of Wands, and we have the Sun. Well, I mean, honestly, it's not that they're expecting somebody to be horrible to them. It's that they want things to go really well. They want things to go really smooth. They don't want to exit something and then struggle. They want to move like a lateral move, right from one thing to the next, feel very empowered, feel, in fact, happier and more empowered, feel like I can see my future stretching out in front of me. I feel like I'm holding the reins of my own life. So it really is just, this is not a character who's lollygagging around doing nothing. It's a character who's really trying to be mindful. Now, at the beginning, I said this may or may not be Ophiuchus. This could be someone in Ophiuchus's like life or periphery. And right now, it's looking like it could be a king of swords. Now we also do have Leo, and we also have Sag energy in this. Those are our first major arcana, right? Is the Temperance and the Sun card. So we finally have the Court card and two major arcana. So now we're getting out of the process and we're seeing the person behind it and their intentions. I would say this is the story of a King of Swords who wants very much to have a better life, and you can't fault them for that. But getting from point A to point Z, where the better life is, that's the part that they're working through this process. So now let me ask, how is this character's journey impacting Ophiuchus? Because why are they even showing up in Ophiuchus's story? Let's see. Four of Cups in the reverse. Well, that could look like Four of Cups is normally a regret. But we have Six of Swords, we have the Nine of Wands, and we have the Page of Coins in the reverse. This is a tough one because this would say, because I don't want to have any regrets, but this says trying to move on, but not actually ever being able to. Finish line ahead, the Nine of Wands, the wounded warrior, but still pushing on through. And then we have, but not saying a word about it. I said, how is this character's journey impacting or connecting somehow to Ophiuchus's life? And it's almost like they don't want to tell Ophiuchus what they're up to, what they're doing, until they get done. I just recorded a bonus message that's still processing, and I have to say that bonus message like reeks of the same perfume that this one does. Not in a bad way, but oh my God, I cannot even tell you how much the bonus message resonates with that one or connects to it. I'll release that one as soon as I'm done with this, but even right down to the lions. And I didn't use the same deck, but we got lions showing up. So the fact that we have Empress energy combined with strength, I think this is how they see Ophiuchus. Ophiuchus comes across as mature, well put together, powerful in their own right, brave, someone who we have very strong divine feminine in this storyline. We have Libra and Taurus energy as well, and Leo, but I'm still saying, to me, this looks like, because I'm asking, how does this impact Ophiuchus's life? Well, right now it says they just don't want to tell Ophiuchus until they have absolutely completed what they needed to. They had not left something that they needed to leave. And I can understand that they don't want to present themselves into Ophiuchus's life when they didn't basically clean up yet, you know? Do we want to invite people into our home when we didn't get a chance to do our dirty dishes or pick up our dirty socks? No, of course not. So it makes sense to me that they want to make sure that they've got everything, all their duckies in a row before they even tell Ophiuchus. Because remember, they want to go from point A to point Z, which is the happy space, in charge of their life, able to do what they want. But they don't even want to reveal any of this until they've really made sure that they can exit whatever it is that they need to. So, I'm going to ask, what is it that they have to exit? Hi, Melly. Hi, San Juanita. What do they have to exit? Well, once again, we got the 9 of Swords and we got the Star. I see distance with this one, but I also see that they know darn well. You notice the DNA strand up in the sky here. They know exactly where they want to be. They know exactly what they want to do. But again, getting from point A to point Z, can they make the move? I feel like this person needs to move. They need to go the distance. Maybe if Ophiuchus is at a distance from them, they have to be willing and ready and able to fully exit one place. Wherever they lay their head at night is not where they can continue to lay their head if they're going to go talk to an Empress Ophiuchus. It's not going to work. Why? Because they know Ophiuchus wouldn't operate the same way. This Empress will always be totally in charge of their own life. They will close doors before opening the next ones. They will be certain about their actions. They will build their life and then, take things kind of step by step. Emperors and empresses are really great at seeing the entire chessboard and saying, okay, well, for me to get this in life, obviously I first have to do this, this, and this, and then I can have those other things. So there's no point in me trying to get a free ride or leapfrog across all the other steps. You don't win a chess game by trying to cheat, and an empress wouldn't try to leapfrog over stuff and just say, no, I won. So they know that they can't do that themselves. They have to take this one step at a time. They have to be in charge of every move they make, and then they can stand there and feel proud of themselves. They can say, I did this. I'm balanced. I have something of balance to offer my Ophiuchus. I have a future that I can offer, and I can state my intentions, and we can clearly look toward the future. Hey, Dee, good to see you. So what do they want with Ophiuchus? Because right now, Wheel of Fortune, Page of Cups. This person wants a whole new beginning. Wheel of Fortune. I feel like they want a fresh start, even here with the Page of Cups. This is a new love offer. But what's interesting is I think that this is somebody Ophiuchus already knew pretty well, because we've got the top book open to the middle. Let's have a new story. Let's write a new story, even though we're smack dab in the middle of the pages of this book. Is the book of life or the book of love? They want to have an entirely different storyline that can be written now, that they already have all those pages that have already occurred. So this could be an old romantic partner from the past. This could be somebody where romance couldn't get off the ground because, as we said, they hadn't been, clean and cleared to be able, to pursue something. Sorry, guys. As far as Ophiuchus goes, let's just turn to the universe and say, Ophiuchus, what's the advice for Ophiuchus from the universe? Is that card gonna, just so you can see this is what's happening? I don't take cards unless they actually jump all the way out. If I go ahead and keep moving, yeah, I was gonna say I think it's gonna go, but I don't like to pull on them. They got to do it themselves. We got the Chariot in the reverse. I want to say Justice. Don't ask me why when I'm looking right out the word Chariot too. In the reverse, Ophiuchus has nothing to do right now. They don't need to go rush out and try to help this person. They don't have to move toward this person, nor do they have to dodge this person. It says Ophiuchus has their own stuff going on. This person's journey, not Ophiuchus's. And one thing I will say is only an emperor and empress gets to ride in a chariot. So they have to be the ones who come in, because Ophiuchus has shown up as an empress. If they can come in strong and matching Ophiuchus in that lion energy, that's the only way this will probably work anyway. So Ophiuchus doesn't have anything to do with this. I know, which is weird because it's Ophiuchus' story, and it's like, oh, Ophiuchus doesn't even factor into this. Ophiuchus just gets to be their awesome, powerful, sexy self, no matter the fact that they may be picking up on the subconscious idea that I swear I feel this person's energy knocking at my door. I can smell their sweat. I can think of them. I know that they're out there and they're thinking of me. It doesn't matter. Ophiuchus gets to focus. Every time they think of this person, it's like, yes, that's great. Remember, why does this person want to come toward Ophiuchus? Because Ophiuchus is powerful. So what do they need to be? Equally as powerful. So should Ophiuchus back off of their own pursuits in life, their own successes? Not at all. They should keep striving to continue to be that amazing empress. Ophiuchus probably already knows all this because we have the personal star right around their neck, which talks about they know what their goal is. Then we have on her rattle, we have the star again. It's like Ophiuchus knows what to create in their environment. And then we have the star on the drum, which is kind of like the North Star. That's kind of like the Ophiuchus's connection to the higher self or the higher realms. They are very much on their path already, and they know this. So not to deviate from Ophiuchus's amazing life, not to overthink things about this person or wonder when they're coming forward, because in truth, they always say time is fluid. Even if Ophiuchus feels this person, this person could still be years away from moving forward. Just because somebody intends something doesn't mean they actually do it. But Ophiuchus could be picking up on those little subconscious, God, I feel like they're thinking of them. I feel like something's going to happen with them. It's like, yeah, but then turn attention back to one's own life and not give them too much thought, because the work that they have to do, the journey that they have to do. Look, I get excited when my sister comes to visit me because we live hours apart. But I don't sit down on the couch all day waiting for when she arrives. I go about my day knowing at some point she'll be here, And so I think that's the best way to say it. Do we sit down and wait for somebody to arrive? No, we keep cleaning our house, doing our stuff. All right, I'm going to leave this one there. Good to see you guys. Really nice to see everybody. Take care. I'll see you guys again later on. Hey, Rach, Monkey Experiment, Nat Nats, be hot. You guys take care. I'll see you soon.